So we should be live. Let me double check on Twitch just to be sure. Okie dokie. It says we're live, so let's get on with this. So, the last part where we left off at was the last part of the hospital. Or, well, the last part of the game, the hospital. So, we're going to be... Oh, gosh dang it, I always forget to do this. I have to turn off the sound of my laptop to make sure it doesn't... my microphone doesn't catch that. So, let's continue from there. I definitely want to listen to that surgeon's recording again. Just want to... I want to get as much info and stuff from the end of the game. Just really looking at what the Fireflies are doing.
April 28th. Marlene was right. The girl's infection is like nothing I've ever seen. The cause of her immunity is uncertain. As we've seen in all past cases, the antigenic titers of the patient's cordyceps remain high in both the serum and the cerebrospinal fluid. Blood cultures taken from the patient rapidly grow cordyceps and fungal media in the lab. However, white blood cell lines, including percentages and absolute counts, are completely normal. There is no elevation of pro-inflammatory cytokines, and an MRI of the brain shows no evidence of fungal growth in the limbic regions, which would normally accompany the prodrome of aggression in infected patients. We must find a way to replicate this data under laboratory.
Okay, so...
we're about to hit a milestone.
So they say that Ellie is unique in this aspect, but they don't know why, which is...
after years of wandering in circles, we're about to...
which is weird because...
make a difference. And bring the human race back into control.
Marlene was like...
all of our sacrifices.
oh, this is...
the hundreds of men and women who
this is, like, it's the
will not be in vain.
the growth in her brain, that something went wrong with it, so that's why. Okay, and then the surgeon is saying that we don't know why she's immune. But we're gonna try to replicate this. If you don't know why and you're gonna cut her brain out, like, obviously they've dealt with other people who had some kind of resistance, but they're just going to... so, alright, so let's just say, this Ellie is the first time that they have ever encountered this. So they're just going to... they're just going to cut her brain out. That's what they're going to do. They're going to cut her brain out. Like, no matter how you look at it, even if you looked at it in the most charitable way possible, this is just such a strange thing for them to do. Oh, Marlene's recorder.
It's 5:30 p.m. on April 28th. I just finished speaking, more like yelling at our head surgeon. Apparently there's no way to extricate the parasite without eliminating the host. Fancy way of saying we gotta kill the fucking kid. And now they're asking for my go-ahead. The tests just keep getting harder and harder, don't they? exhausted. And I just want this to end. So be it.
Okay, Marlene. You didn't even want to talk to Ellie. Ellie deserves to know. Like, this disgusts me so much. That they're just gonna go ahead and do this without even talking to Ellie about this. Oh, hello, Worthless Trash 54. You know, I always feel really bad when I see your name and I say that. Because I just feel bad saying that. Ace962. I don't think the Fireflies would just give up the cure to anyone outside the faction, so I never believed they would get the cure by killing Ellie. Oh, I don't believe the cure they would get by killing Ellie would be worth it. Which, of course, again, is assuming that the Fireflies would even be capable of producing a true cure for the virus, or, as they say, a vaccine. This is a massive assumption, because if we're going with this surgeon that they may have seen immune people, but they've never seen anyone quite like Ellie. Okay, and you're not even going to bother waiting a little bit to look at this? Just, like, they're doing this so fast. And it's... Oh yeah, The Last of Us. The Fireflies are bastards. The Last of Us 2. The Fireflies is nothing wrong. Exactly. And that's what baffles me, because everything you see of the Fireflies is just... They're evil. They do horrible things. And we're just supposed to just see them as these altruistic good guys? Not a chance. Not a chance. Well, and especially just looking, even if you cut out everything else. If you cut out, like, all of the stuff that they had done throughout the rest of the game, and just look at what they're doing in the hospital. When they get to Joel, they immediately, and I mean immediately, are hostile to him. And, alright, like, we might be able to say, okay, you know, they didn't know it was Joel at first, but then when they woke him up, and Marlene went to talk to him, like, she's hostile to him, she's nasty and mean to him, condescending, and...
There you go.
And completely welches on their deal. Oh, nice. Sorry, the axe is better. And everyone is so nasty to Joel. Like, I mean, the guy, that Ethan guy that, you know, was escorting him out, he outright put a gun to him and said, "Give me an excuse to shoot you." And I'm like, this guy's begging for it. And all of these people are just wanting to kill him. They don't give a flying crap about him. So how are we supposed to say that the guy who traveled cross-country to give them this kid to help them develop a cure, they're treating him like trash? They're not even giving him his stuff back. They passed his backpack with his stuff, and he wasn't allowed to get that. Fireflies are evil. Oh, Worthless Trash 54. You said in your Last of Us 2 video that the first game is pretentious. Why? Well, I've always felt it was overrated. I always felt this game was overrated, and it was pretentious in that it's the typical Naughty Dog pretension from their modern games. Ever since they started with the Uncharted, they always had this pretension about them that they were like the greatest thing ever. They have these amazing stories, and all their stories in the modern games are just crap. But The Last of Us, far more than any of the Uncharted games, except for maybe for Uncharted 4, but that was also because of Neil Druckmann, and Neil Druckmann's a pretentious douchebag. But this game in particular is trying so hard to see itself as this deep, grounded, gritty experience. And it's really not. Like, it's not that fantastic. It's not that amazing. And it's just kind of like the more and having played it now, because this is my first time properly playing through the whole game. Playing it now, it's even worse than I thought it was. It's not just pretentious; it's just plain badly written in many aspects, and it's actually rather frustrating. Oh, Ace 926. I would have written the second game as Joel and Ellie being hunted down by the Fireflies led by a vengeful Abby. They want the cure. Joel dying in the end, something along those lines of that. I think that would work, but I still wouldn't kill Joel. Like, I honestly think just killing Joel at all is a mistake. Like, I do not see this being something that you need to do. Like, a lot of people expected Joel to die, but, like, I don't think that means he actually has to die. Like, why can't we just have a game? A game with Joel and Ellie. Like, why can't we have a game? And there's a difference between making something that's like happy-go-lucky, and then making something that's more grounded, or nihilistic and depressing. And the Last of Us 2 just went full on with nihilistic and depressing. It took like a lot of the aspects from this game, but it made everything infinitely worse. I meant if we go to the culture. Oh, yeah. Like, if we're going under the assumption that we have to kill Joel in this, then yeah, I would absolutely say, then have him die at the end, doing something to protect Ellie. Like, if he do it, like, if he dies in a way that protects Ellie, then that would have been. That would have actually been great. Wolf, you didn't really miss much. I've just been kind of going through this beginning area and talking a bit about how the Fireflies are terrorists and they're awful people. Worthless Trash 54. How and when did you meet Anomaly Inc.? Yeah, Iron Man style death. Well, I guess. I just hate Tony's death. I mean, it's a neat moment, but I just don't like Endgame or anything about Endgame really. But Fireflies are all kind of. I think that's a bit ridiculous because, like, if you're comparing fictional characters, as bad as the Fireflies are, comparing them to like actual real life terrorists, I think that's a bit ridiculous. Fireflies are terrorists. In other news, people die when they are killed. No, but not when the Fireflies do it, because when the Fireflies kill people, that really means they're saving zebras. Water sweat, yeah. But Anomaly Inc. Actually, this is a funny story. Let me tell you how I actually got to know Anomaly Inc. Actually, it was Angelrin who first sent me a link to his videos. Because she was like, hey, there's this guy who does, like, defenses of the prequels. And his videos are really great. And I was like, oh my gosh, let me check it out. So this place is filthy. Hardly a sterile environment. But back to the story. So I started watching his videos, and eventually I found his Discord, which if I remember correctly, I believe Angelrin also sent me that as well. So, Ming's Journal. Excuse me. So I joined the Discord, and I was there for a little bit. It wasn't too long, and there was this one guy being kind of a dick. and I got into an argument with him. I tried to be civil. Like, I wasn't going to actually, like, get into an actual fight. Like, I think this was in, like, 3 days of when I joined the Discord server. So I go into the server, and I get into this argument with this guy, and I managed to stop that and come to bring that little discussion to a halt eventually. And then suddenly I realized I had mod status, and I was sitting there like, wait, what the heck? So then I messaged Anomaly, and I was like, you made me a mod? And he was like, oh yeah, I really liked how you handled yourself. And that's the quality I look for in a mod. And I was like, oh, okay. So that's how I started talking to Anomaly. And around this time, I was also sending him some edits. The OG Lucas picture that he uses now, and the one that he puts on the top of all of his streams, I actually made that edit. I made that edit for him, and I sent it to him so that he can use that in his videos. So, and we would talk a little bit back and forth. I would make some edits for him, and eventually, when he brought me onto one of his podcasts because he liked how I talked, and he wanted to have me on. And if anyone watches the AI Core podcast, then I've been on quite a few of them at this point. So, we were talking back and forth about a lot of just some stuff, and we ended up becoming friends. It's actually really funny, thinking about how that happened almost by complete accident. I think I found Anomaly by typing in prequels aren't bad or something. Yeah. So uncivilized. I discovered Anomaly because of his Revenge of the Prequels video on Cosmonaut last February. Oh, his ones on Cosmonaut. That was great. I loved seeing that takedown of Cosmonaut in the multi-parts. That was great. I found Noms through his Eric Taxon defense video. Hey, cool man. Argues in a civilized manner. Anomaly, you're a mod now, my guy. Cool man. PogChamp. Yeah, I was surprised that happened. I hadn't talked to him. I didn't ask him for it, but it's like, I didn't expect this. I didn't ask for it, but suddenly, I'm a mod. What is up? The face is when I don't know what that's saying. Quite a few. Looks at the amount of streams he was in. Yeah, quite a few. Hey. Why does Twitch suck on phones? WTF. Response video. Darn me. Wolf, I was kind of confused at your Eric Taxon defense. I was like, really? Oh wait, no, I gotta read the Marlene Journal. Yeah, I can't read any of that. March 15th, we finally crossed the Utah border. In a couple of days, we'll be back with the others. Today, the crew is in... Today, the crew was in much better spirits. I've been worried about their morale since Greg and Tanya's passing last week. Not Greg and Tanya! It's good to hear them laughing again. Robin came up to me and said, "Thanks for watching over us, Marlene. It was a small gesture, but I needed it." March 23rd. Ellie never made it. We arrived at the hospital. There was much celebration, at least from the others. I guess they're happy to see their old friends. We haven't seen some of these guys in over 10 years. After they told me the news, I couldn't eat. I couldn't talk to anyone. I should be grateful to just be alive, but right now, I just want to shut my eyes for a bit. March 24th. They look at me and I know they're thinking that we're a bunch of incompetent grunts. Well, I mean, what was I supposed to do? I thought I was going to die. My men were being hunted by the entire Boston battalion. I had to get her out of the city. How was I supposed to know the Firefly escorts were already dead? Gosh diddly darn it. I panicked. In the end, I healed pretty darn quickly, and my men were more capable than I gave them credit for. More than a handful survived the army's attack. I should have kept her with me, instead of handing her off to a couple of smugglers. I failed you, Anna. I failed us all. I am an incompetent grunt. They talk about like Ellie's mom, and I don't know. I just kind of feel like they're like building up Ellie's mom to become like this super altruistic, wonderful person, and that just feels like really two-dimensional. But yes, Marlene, you are an incompetent grunt, and I hate you. April 25th. I can't stand talking to any of them. I don't think I can take the stairs any longer. No way I can stay here. April 28th. One of our scouts just radioed in. He spotted an older man and a young girl entering the tunnel by the bus terminal. He thinks she might have had red hair, but he's not sure. What if it's her? Stop doing this, Marlene. Don't do that. Don't give me hope. The recon squad is about to head out. I'm going to join them. April 28th. When you're lost in the darkness, look for the light. Shut up! I hate your slogan. She's alive. They're running the tests on her now. I can't tell if I'm excited, scared, or just nervous. All I know is that my hands won't stop shaking. So, is this stuff with Marlene supposed to endear us to her? Because she's still going to kill Ellie. While she may have been upset about thinking about it for a bit, she's still unironically going forward with it. Okay, that's that door I opened up before. Pretty sure that's the way out. Wow, cursive, how fancy. Only Yoda writes in cursive post-2013 apocalypse. Any one side character in the prequels have more. Any one side character in the prequels have more character than any of the sequel trilogy protagonists. Yep, that's absolutely true. If we don't know anything about Marlene, why should I care? Well, and it's funny because this almost feels like they had Marlene act like a vile snake to Joel like 10 minutes ago. She squelched on the deal, took Ellie from him, won't let him see Ellie, makes it clear that they're going to kill her for a cure.
Yeah, that's it. I'm coming, Ellie.
And it's like, and then she was about to throw Joel out without any of his stuff, without even giving him the guns that they promised him, and all the stuff that, that they promised in the original deal at the beginning of the game. And then it's like, and now they're like, oh, look, but she thought about not killing Ellie, and oh, look how sad she was, that she had to suffer so much. I'm like, you know what this is reminding me of? This is almost like the stuff they did with Abby in Last of Us 2. It's funny, a lot of problems that you see in The Last of Us 2 are in The Last of Us 1, but to lesser degrees. Because it's like Marlene has done nothing to earn our sympathy. She was nasty to Joel in the first place, to Joel and Tess, back when, they took all of they took their guns but didn't give them back to Joel and Tess, or offer any kind of deal, unless they did exactly what she told them to do. All these guys fully armed, and hardly any of them are going to have actual ammo on them. Who the F is Marlene? I forgot she died in the beginning, right? No. Marlene's still alive by this point. Marlene is the leader of the Fireflies, who Ellie was in the care of before, and Tess and Joel met up with her. What? What? Come on! And she's the one who just kicked Joel out and was going to...
What you got? Nothing. You see
Oh, come on! I hate how little health you have in this game. Where am I? Okay. Alright, so... Joel Miller, Master of Stealth, strikes again. Yes! He wasn't totally successful. Alright, that was a little better executed.
You got it.
Okie dokie, let us go. You're supposed to go towards the sound, not away from it.
I don't know this. We've lost one over here.
I can imagine Donkey or CinemaSins in high school, and then they make an argument filled with Too many jokes and get napped, then they yell at the teacher, I'm a comedic genius, you can't do this. It's got to be in like that cliche, like that in like a Disney show where like the super smart kid thinks he's like way smarter than all the teachers.
I'll check out this one. Check down there.
Dang it. Missed my chance at that. Oh, boom! Headshot! That was the true miracle shot. And they truly don't understand how these guys are just disappearing.
What about you? You guys, go check over there.
Yeah, Ryan Johnson. Yeah, Ryan Johnson in school just writes down nothing but themes over and over.
What you got? Nothing. You see anything? You guys, go check over there.
Where did that guy go? Oh, he turned around. This is better stealth than the Arkham games. You can actually die here. No, this stealth is worse than the Arkham games, because at least the Arkham games are fun to play.
Huh?
Like, you die way too easily in this game. Like, the stealth in this game is trash. As someone who genuinely likes a lot of stealth games,
I'll look around over here. You guys, go check over there.
like,
Well, nothing. What about you? Out here. You guys, go check over there. Huh? Holy shit!
what? How did you survive?
Give it up, man! I'll go easy on you.